Do you perceive it in the air, or do you hear it? That sound is inflation stealing everyone who has money in cash. Unfortunately, few of us are able to hear it. 2. Can you hear it? We are aware that you do. Inflation was officially reported by the government to be 6.2%. The world's governments are producing money like crazy, eroding your wealth, and contemporary society is on the verge of a financial meltdown. Therefore, we'll go through some assets in this video that are currently better investments than retaining cash. In all, you should only keep cash for necessities and reinvest everything, having helped you prepare for what is currently occurring. Do this now, but before starting, just go and press the like and subscribe button for more connectivity. Land. Let's get to it. The land on Earth is the only resource that is actually in short supply. The actual amount of arable land is known. Even if we were to create man-made islands like they did in Dubai or the Maldives, that would be extremely expensive. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, the price of agricultural land has increased since 2007 and has increased by 7% over the past 12 months. Our world has changed and land is currently in high demand. This is why we have traditionally been bound to our places of employment. Farming comes first, then manufacturing, and last, offices. This link in the chain has been severed for the first time in human history. People today understand they can work from any location at all. Why buy land in the suburbs for 100 times as much money when you can drive 30 minutes and get a deal? You may practically live, work, and move wherever you want because of the all off-the-grid technology innovations currently available on the market. One of the finest investments for the next 50 years is certainly land. Altcoins. At this moment, altcoins are the only thing taking the cryptocurrency industry seriously. We are witnessing the emergence of new businesses providing a wide range of services to the new market in this new blockchain environment. When the internet became widely used, the same thing transpired. The Googles, Amazons, Facebooks, Yahoos, and other examples of this new technology are altcoins. You now have the chance to invest in these businesses at an early level, which you were unable to do when, for instance, Google was being established. In addition to Bitcoin, our top picks include everything Sam Bankman is invested in, including FTT, Solana, Chainlink, Teller, and Polkadot. Bitcoin performs the function of a value store. These initiatives are a part of the new internet's infrastructure. This is why you should also think about transforming Bitcoin essentials into blockchain mastery, or perhaps into a constantly updated resource called Crypto Complete that covers the entire sector. The current financial business will only be a small portion of it in the future. Stocks. The stock market is at an all-time high. Have you noticed that? So the government actually prints money. It invests it in the economy. Individuals spend it on goods and services, and the wealthiest 20% of society ends up with the money. You all use the stimulus money to buy things from Amazon, much like how it doubled Jeff Bezos' wealth. Rich people don't worry about hiding money beneath their mattresses because they recognize the importance of dilution of capital. Instead, they invest in equities or ideally index funds like the S&P 500. All of this fresh money entered the stock market, sending prices sky high. Over the past 16 months, the value of every dollar invested in the S&P 500 has doubled. In the US, more than half of the population is nothing investable. Meanwhile, about 90% of all US stocks are now owned by the top 10% of Americans in terms of wealth. You observe, the wealthy are becoming richer because of this. The wealthy put their money in assets that increase in value over time, while the impoverished continue to hang on to their cash for dear life. Swiss francs or other superior currencies. To our surprise, US population finds utilizing different currencies to be very uncomfortable. Yet for some reasons, despite massive marketing efforts, people are persuaded that the US dollar is the strongest and most valuable currency. Sadly, that hasn't been the case for a very long time, yet the illusion persists. Not only are there many stronger currencies available, but the US dollar has also been one of the weakest, most widely used, and least respected of all the currencies. The US has kept a strategic presence in the Middle East while printing and sending containers packed with US dollars. They just minted more money whenever they needed to influence a political force. They merely created more money and transported it via cargo aircraft. Perhaps it's time to consider using different currencies when your government is using money to influence other countries. Your top 3 choices are: the Swiss francs are simply backed by tangible assets such as gold, land, real estate, raw resources, and others, and are no longer tied to any other currency. The British pound, GBP. Only the Swiss franc has prioritized combat inflation by refraining from creating new money out of the 3. While the US, Asia, and the majority of Europe are experiencing inflation in the double digits, Switzerland has managed to keep it around 1%. When it comes to money, you should never bet against the Swiss. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the grandfather of all inflation hedges. Additionally, they were by far the best performing assets over the previous 10 years. The US dollar has lost 99.9% of its value versus Bitcoin during the last 10 years. The purchasing power of the US dollar relative to Bitcoin during the last 5 years is as follows. Since we really believe in digital currencies, here is what we predict will transpire soon. The US will soon switch entirely from a fiat currency to a digital one, and other nations will soon follow. Each of the top 10 economies in the world will launch its own digital currency. Bitcoin, which will coexist with these digital currencies as a genuine store of value, as digital gold. You will easily swap your holdings from the digital currency to Bitcoin in your wallet and cling to it. That way, if you believe that the government is eroding your riches. In the future, managing your money will be much more open and efficient thanks to this. Even better, every billion-dollar institution is aware of this and patiently waits for the US to approve a Bitcoin ETF. Since it has been in the works for a while, we anticipate its approval within 12 months. To ensure they have a diversified portfolio when this occurs, every significant company in the US will convert a portion of their balance sheet to Bitcoin. NFTs. Be where the puck is going, not where the puck is. You know the saying? NFTs, however, go beyond digital art. Digital ownership is NFTs. Finally, there is a way to establish your ownership of something online without filing a lawsuit. You guys don't realize how important NFTs are. Yes, making an early investment in a bored monkey or a CryptoPunk might have resulted in enormous financial rewards, but the applications go beyond art. In 10 years, you will purchase the NFT for the land you are purchasing, instead of paper documentation, since unlike paper, the NFT cannot be stolen by the Taliban or destroyed in a fire. In addition, you will be able to contribute a small amount to get paid a portion of the rent that properties bring in by investing in real estate anywhere in the world. Real estate. Yes, the cost of real estate is currently skyrocketing. Why? People search for investments seen as strong stores of value because they are aware of the negative effects that printing money out of thin air has on the economy. The best store of value we have had up to this point is unquestionably real estate. Here's something that most people are unaware of. Your house's value doesn't actually increase. It wasn't like a new bathroom sprang out of nowhere. The currency's declining purchasing power is the cause of this. Thus, it costs more money to purchase the same item. The typical US home's price has doubled in the last 5 years, according to Zillow, the largest real estate marketplace in the country, and the rate of price growth is picking up only. The average price rose by 18% during the previous 12 months, and their analysis predicts a subsequent increase of 13% going forward. Given the rise in the cost of raw materials, we anticipate that the price of new residences will be significantly higher than it is now. Saving money to purchase a home is one of the most expensive things you can do right now. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful for you.